Hello everyone. In today's class, we'll discuss regarding the quasi-experimental research design. So in previous classes, we have seen what is the model of this research design. We have seen the classification, and now we'll discuss what is this quasi-experimental research design. So before going into the topic, I want you to know the classification of a research design first of all. Mainly the classification of research design, we have two types, quantitative and qualitative. So in quantitative research design, we have mainly experimental, non-experimental. In experimental, again we have three types. We have true experimental research designs, quasi-experimental research design, and pre-experimental research design. In today's class, I am discussing you regarding the quasi-experimental research design. So coming to the quasi-experimental design, first of all, you should know what are the true experimental design. Then you can easily understand what is this quasi-experimental design. So I will give you the link in the description for this true experimental design where you can know what are the characteristics. So coming to the quasi-experimental research design, if you see this quasi-experimental research design, it involves manipulation. So the same thing is going again and again. Here they want to check the effect of independent variable on the dependent variable by manipulating. The thing is, here if you go to the true experimental research design, we have their randomization and also we have control group. But when you come to the quasi-experimental research design, here this quasi-experimental research design, it is lacking at least one or two of the characteristics of the true experimental research design. That's what it lacks: randomization and as well as it lacks control group. So either randomization will be absent or the control group may be absent, or the two things will be absent. So these are the characteristics of a quasi-experimental research design. It has manipulation and either randomization or control, or both of the characteristics of this true experimental design may lack in this quasi-experimental research design. So here, in other words, if you see the quasi-experimental research design, it have an element of manipulation, but it lacks at least one of the other two properties that characterize the true experiment research design, that are randomization and control group. Hope you are clear with this line. Now in quasi-experimental research design, if you see here, mainly we want to check the effect of independent variable on the dependent variable. So what we will do, we will manipulate the independent variable, same like true experimental research design. So here researchers randomly assigning of the subject is absent. So here there will be no control group in quasi-experimental, whereas in true experimental research design we have both the experimental group and we have control group. In quasi-experiment, it is not necessary, or it may have the control group or it may do not have the control group. The thing is, randomization is completely absent here. The researcher, whoever he wants, he will keep them in the control group. Whomever he wants, he will keep them in the experimental group, if at all the control group is present in the quasi-experimental. You will understand me. Coming to the main characteristics here, manipulation of the independent variable mainly to observe the effect on the dependent variable, and as I am saying, lack of at least one or two essential characteristics of true experimental research design, that is random assignment of subject or control group. And here quasi independent variables are used instead of true independent variables, where the independent variable is not manipulating in complete control situation. Here we are not having complete control situation over the independent variable. So coming to the types of quasi-experimental research design. So mainly we have two types of quasi-experimental research design. First one is we have non-randomized control group design, and also we have time series design. So what was this non-randomized? The name itself is saying you that it is not having any kind of randomization, but it has control group. So we'll discuss what is this non-randomized control group design. This is mainly a subtype of quasi-experimental research design. So coming to the non-randomized control group design. So as you are seeing, it is also known as non-equivalent control group design. It is also known as non-equivalent control group design. Here this design, it is identical to the pre-test and post-test control group design. If you want to know what is this pre-test and post-test, just click on the above link, you will directly land up in the pre-test and post-test control group design. So here before doing any kind of test in the pre-test and post-test control group design, what we will do, we have two types of groups. We have control group as well as we have experimental group, and the experimental group alone itself receives the interventions or any kind of treatment, whereas the control group does not receive any kind of treatment. So it was same like the pre-test and post-test control design. The thing is here the randomization is absent. So I will show you what is a pre-test and post-test control group design will look like. So this was the pre-test and post-test group design. As you can see, it is having one experimental group, it is having one control group. We are doing the pre-test for both the group, experimental group and control group, and treatment is only given to the experimental group, whereas treatment is not given to the control group, and post-test we are conducting for the both the groups. So this one is pre-test and post-test only design. If you observe the picture here, the subjects are mainly here given for the experimental group and control group in the form of random assignment. The researcher, he is not deciding here, he is using some methods such as flip coin method or table method or sometimes lottery method he is using, and he is assigning the subjects for each group. Whereas coming to the non-randomized control group design, here in this quasi experimental design, it, as I'm saying, it is lacking one or two main characteristics of true experimental design. So here in this design, experimental control groups are selected without any kind of randomization. That means randomization is absent in this type of control group design, and dependent variables are observed. And here we are observing the dependent variables in the experimental group as well as the control group before giving the intervention. So later the experimental group is receiving the treatment. Again, what we are doing, we are conducting the post-test observation. So we are mainly conducting the post-test observation of dependent variables that is carried out for the both groups, mainly to assess the effect of treatment, that is independent variable on the experimental group. So you can see the picture here, it is very easy. It was same like pre-test and post-test. So without any kind of randomization, what we have done, we have taken two groups. We have taken the experimental group and we have taken the control group, and the formula and the theory is same here. The number of subjects in the experimental group should be equal to the number of subjects in the control group. So what we will do, we will conduct pre-test for both the groups, and only as we are discussing from the earlier itself, the treatment part, it will be given only to the experimental group, and the treatment is not given to the control group. And what we will do at the end of the day, we will conduct post-test for the both the groups. For both the groups we are doing the pre-test, for the both the groups we are doing the post-test. The only thing is we are giving the interventions only for the experimental group, not for the control group, and these are assigned without any kind of randomization. That's what non-randomized control group design, which is there in the quasi-experimental research group. Hope you are clear with this non-randomized control group design. Now we'll discuss what is the other type of thing that is available here. So we have time series design. So if you want an example for this non-randomized control group design, I'll give you one. So here, for example, so in order to understand this, for example, here if you want to study, so this is mainly used to study the effects of integrated quality of work in the nursing homes. So this one is called as quasi experiment. So here mainly the purpose of this study is to examine the implementation of integrated care, integrated patient care in the nursing home sector, and they want to see the effect of quality of work of the caregivers. So here what we are doing, we are conducting this non-equivalent pre-test and post-test control group design study. So what we will do, we will take the data. So how we will collect the data means, we will collect the data through questionnaires and we will obtain the data. So when it comes to the result, so here you can observe the interventions that were given in the somatic wards are more successful when it is compared to the interventions that were given in the psychosomatic wards. The caregivers who are working in these somatic wards, they are more successful in creating home-like environment for their residents. So, but the interventions that were given in the psychosomatic wards, it was unsuccessful through the introduction of this integrated care in the somatic wards, which is fairly successful. That is the example for the quasi-experimental research study. For example, if this is confusing for you, I'll say one more example. You take two types of students. So students who are promoted for the higher grade, you take students from two different schools and keep them some kind of test here. So here whenever you are keeping the test here, the standard of schools will be different from one school to another school. So here automatically the students who receive the better education, the better care, they will be able to write the test that is kept for them, as well as the students who are from the other type of schools. So once those students cannot write the exam well when it is compared to the students who are coming from the higher educational institutions. So that was the quasi experimental research study. We are studying the non equivalent pre-test. We are doing the non equivalent test here. Even though the students are from different schools, one student is from higher school and one student is from normal school. Here what we are doing, we are trying to conduct one test which is not equivalent here. So here the student from the higher type of school is able to meet the exam, where the student from the lower type of school is unable to meet the exam. So this is what the quasi experimental research study is doing here. We are mainly studying the non equivalent pre-test post test control group design. The other type of design that we are going to discuss now is time series design. So this one is also from the quasi experimental research design. In this quasi experimental research design, we have seen what is the non randomized control group design or non equivalent control group design. Now we will see what is this time series design. In this type of designs here, the researcher or the experimenter, they want to measure the effect of treatment when it is prolonged for a long period of time. So what will do, the experimenter, he would continue to administer the treatment and he will measure the effects on the number of times during the course of experiment. Here generally if you see, we'll take a single subject for this type of research. Here the researcher, he will carry out an experiment on the individual or a small number of group of individuals. So what he will do is he will alternate between the administration and withdrawing of the treatment, mainly to determine the effectiveness of the intervention. So what we will do, we will have an experimental group here. We don't have any kind of control group, or we don't have any kind of randomization. Both the control group and randomization is absent here. That is what the quality of quasi experimental research design. These are the main characteristics. Either randomization may absent, or control group may absent, or both the randomization and control group may absent here. So here mainly they want to study the effectiveness of treatment when it is prolonged for a long period of time. So what he will do, this design can be implemented on a single person, or it can be implemented on a small group of persons. So what they will do, they will alter the administration and withdrawing of the treatment. They will mainly manipulate the treatment part here. So they will manipulate the giving time of the treatment, as well as they will manipulate the withdrawing time of the treatment, and they will see the effectiveness of the intervention that they are providing here. So better example you can see in the downside. So here if the researcher want to assess the pain levels of group of patients who are having the lower back pain, so what he will do, after 3 weeks of pain assessment, mainly the subjects, they are taught some special exercises mainly to reduce the pain. So what is happening here, in this first 3 weeks, he is just assessing the pain, and what he is doing, after the 3 weeks of pain assessment, the subjects are mainly taught some special exercises to reduce the pain. After 3 weeks of pain assessment, the subjects here are taught some special exercises mainly to reduce the pain. So what will happen during the next 3 weeks, the pain levels would be again measured, and simply you can manipulate the treatment and we can reduce the pain of the patient. So here another example is measuring the child school performance on the weekly basis, then introducing the new teaching technique. So what we will do, we will teach the patient, or we will teach a student some classes, and we will keep some weekly test whether the student is understanding or not. If he is understanding, that means the method of teaching that you are using is very effective and the student is learning some knowledge. If it is not effective, the student may not give you better result, then you will go for new teaching technique. So here what we'll do, we'll measure again on the weekly basis, and we'll see whether the new technique is working or not. If it is not working, again we'll terminate the particular technique and we'll go for the new technique. Like that, the time series design will go on. So this was the time series design. So mainly we have in quasi experimental research design, we have randomized control group design and time series design. Now we'll see what is the advantage of this quasi experimental research design. So here this quasi experimental research design, they are more frequently used because they are very practical and they are very feasible to conduct the research studies in nursing, where there is absence of large sample size or randomization or non-availability of control groups, which is not always possible in our kind of nursing. Why? Because we cannot keep the patients without giving any kind of interventions. We cannot keep the patients without giving any kind of intervention. That's what quasi experimental research design, they are most frequently used in the nursing, because they are very free to conduct and they are very feasible to conduct here. So here this research design is more suitable for the real world natural setting compared to the true experimental research design. And what it is doing, it is allowing the researchers to evaluate the impact of quasi independent variables under naturally occurring conditions. So we are not manipulating here, we are not manipulating the conditions. The conditions that are occurring are very natural. You cannot go and manipulate what the student is writing, or you cannot go and manipulate what the nurse is giving care over there. So you want to understand what level of care is being provided there, what level of integrated care is providing there, and who are more successful and who are unsuccessful. What type of integrated care can be given in the somatic ward, what type of care can be given in the non-somatic ward or psychosomatic ward. And it is also able to establish the causal relationship, wherein some of the hypotheses are practically answered through this design. So here if you see, some of the hypotheses that we are formulating, they are practically answered through this design only. Why? Because we cannot manipulate here the independent variable. They have to occur naturally, so these are some advantages of quasi experimental research design. Now we'll see what are the disadvantages of this quasi experimental research design. So there is no control over the extraneous variable which is influencing the dependent variable. That means you are here, mainly what is the influencing factor of this dependent variable? The independent variable is the influencing factor of this dependent variable. So here, as we are discussing, unlike in true experimental design where the researcher has complete control because he is manipulating the treatment there, here he cannot manipulate anything. He can manipulate, but manipulation is very limited, and here there are more extraneous variables compared to the manipulating factors of the researcher. So again, one more thing is there is no control group here. So whenever you are comparing, so here the result may be not known exactly here. So the absence of control group or lack of control over the research setting make the result of this design less reliable and weak for the establishment of causal relationship between the independent and dependent variable. So this is what the quasi experimental research design is. Hope you understood. Whenever it is coming to the exam point of view, the thing that you have to write is, you have to say what is a quasi experimental design, and you have to explain what is the characteristics, randomization or control group, or both randomization and control group are absent here. And mainly we have two types here. What is the two types? We have non-randomization control group and we have time series control group. And if you are able to explain these two groups with good examples, you will be having good marks in your exams. And thank you so much for watching. With this, I would like to end this session here. If you like the content, please like and share the channel. And if you have any queries, you can drop them in the comment box, or you can contact me through WhatsApp. My number is like 837-434-7790. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.